What's up guys, Zachary Strife here with Zach's Tech, and today we're going to do a quick video on how to install the Windows 10 installation media. We're going to be using a USB stick to install our installation, and we will be doing it on the new test bench that I built, version 1.0. This is the Ryzen system and I need to install a fresh Windows on it. So we will be doing that process and guide you through the steps it takes to get that running. Real quick, you need to make sure you have at least an 8 GB USB stick, or you can burn it on an 8 GB DVD drive, but we will be doing the USB stick, and I will show you how to boot into your BIOS and load the installation off the USB stick. So let's go ahead and head over to the computer, download the tool to install the Windows 10 installation and get that on the USB stick, and go ahead and go from there. Alright, now on the computer that you have that does work, not the one we're installing to, open up your favorite browser. For me it's Chrome, and then we're going to go to microsoft.com/enus/software download/Windows 10. The link will be in the video description, so you guys can just click on that and go to it. Once we go there, we have a couple different options here. We're actually looking to create Windows 10 installation media, so we're going to go ahead and download that tool. And while we're waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and plug in my little Darth Vader. You always got to do a USB like 3 times, right? So my drive D named Vader is 8 GB as it recommends. So we will download the creation toolkit, which is already done. Open that up, and we will go through the steps to install the installation media. So at the screen you hit accept. You should read all of the licensing terms. I already have. At this screen we're going to do create installation media, because we're going to be putting it on a USB stick. It's automatically set to your language and edition of Windows, because it is using the recommended options. And then in this case we're going to be using a USB flash drive, and it already found Darth Vader. Click next, and it should start downloading the files we need and installing to the USB drive. So we'll go ahead and let time progress here. One quick thing before we continue. The download speed and installation will vary based on how fast your download speeds are and how fast your USB drive is. The process does wipe your USB drive, so make sure you back up the files before you do this. You don't want to lose whatever precious files you may have on that USB drive. So make sure you back that up before you do this, because it will wipe the USB drive. Alright, as this process finishes, one thing to note: make sure the other computer that is going to get Windows 10 installed is completely turned off. In a lot of cases the BIOS has to read that there's a USB drive in as it boots up the system. So you want to make sure that the USB stick is installed. And another thing real quick is make sure that this process is 100% complete before you pull that stick. You want to make sure this thing is completely done and gone before you pull it, just so you don't lose any data. Alright, your flash drive is ready. Click finish. Cleaned up the files, and now we're ready to put it in the other computer. Alright, after you've installed the USB stick, turn on the system and then start hitting the delete key on the keyboard while you're at the BIOS splash screen. That should bring up your BIOS information and menus and all that stuff. And we are using ASUS, so this may look familiar to some, maybe not to others. What we're looking for is actually the boot menu. So we're going to go ahead and go to easy mode, because I know where it is here pretty quickly. I'll just go boot menu because it's easier. and then you choose the USB flash drive. In this case, mine is the MemoBot. So this will start loading up the Windows 10 installation. We will go from there. All right, since I am from the United States, it's all set to English US, which is perfect. So we could just click next. And since this is a fresh install on a new computer, install now. And I'll be skipping through all the stuff that takes a little while to get going, but all right. So in this case, I don't actually have a product key right now. I'm not going to type it in, so I'm just going to skip this step. But this is where you would type in your key like this. Since I'm not going to type in my key so everyone can see it, I'm just going to click I don't have a product key. And then I'm going to choose Windows 10 Home. I think if you put in the key, it automatically chooses the operating system for you. Click on I accept license terms to go ahead and review this if you want to make sure what you're doing is what you want to do. And click accept the license, click next. And then for me, I actually do custom, so I can actually do all this part. Usually when I'm installing an OS, I have to clear the drive and then remake a space for it. But in this case, it's a fresh drive, so we're just going to click on it and then click next. If you have to, you can delete the partitions and then create a new volume and then click next. And now it's going to get the installation files onto the drive, and we should be up and running pretty soon. As you can see, it's going along pretty quick. At the installing updates, I think this is when it would actually download and install updates if you have it connected to the Ethernet. In this case, I don't actually have it connected to Ethernet yet, so it's just going to finish that step pretty quick, and it'll go to the finishing up. And then we can restart. So let's just go ahead and click restart now because we're impatient. And it should restart the computer, and it should go right into the Windows boot. And then there's a couple more steps we got to do, and then we should be into a Windows 10 complete install. During this process, it's going to do a bunch more setup stuff. I will show you the settings that I choose. I generally turn off all the privacy stuff. During the process, it's going to be restarting a few times here and there. Generally, it's after it does its setup stuff, so just let it do its thing. It's taking its time. It's making sure everything is installed correctly, so don't freak out if it just randomly starts restarting on you. Just a moment, it says. Hopefully it's a short moment because we've been waiting patiently. Alright, let's get through the settings. We are from the United States, yes. I have a US keyboard layout, yes. No, we don't need a second keyboard layout. I do not have an Ethernet. Is there an option hidden behind my head? Oh, there is! There's an option behind my head, I'm sorry. Skip for now. He's going to be using this PC. Well, it's Ryzen 1500X, of course. I don't really want a password. We do not want Cortana. These are the options that I use, guys. Don't do what I do if you want to try some of this stuff out. But I turn off everything. We're getting everything ready for you. This may take several minutes. Let's start. So we are actually in Windows 10 now. If you have your product key put in and you are connected to the Ethernet, this process is actually going to take quite a while. I've had this take up to 4 hours. But all the Windows updates will start hitting, all the driver updates will start hitting, so it's a bit of a process. You're going to have to sit there and just let it do its thing, because it's going to take some time to get all of the stuff it needs to get your computer up and running. That time is not correct. I don't think the year is 8,517. Gotta fix some stuff, huh? So now that our installation is done, the video must end. Unfortunately, there is much more to do after this, but this is all I'm doing for this video. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, please hit the like button and subscribe. If you want to help me out directly, there is going to be a Patreon link down below. You can throw me $1 or $2 per month to help me with these little projects and help continue to grow the channel. This is Zachary Strife signing out. Thank you for watching. Okay, thanks, bye.